Okay, so welcome to the 10th class of the Bhagavad Gita on the third chapter. As usual, we are following Swami Paramatmananda's discourses, and we acknowledge his discourses for the traditional rendering of Vedanta as was done for over 1,000 years. We'll say a small prayer. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Salutations to the lineage starting with Lord Sadashiva, with Adi Shankara in the middle and continuing up to our immediate teacher, Swami Paramatmananda Saraswati. Okay, now you remember in the second chapter, it's like an introduction, or it's like a condensed version of the entire Bhagavad Gita. He talks about Jnana Yoga, then he talks about Karma Yoga. In the Karma Yoga portion, so this is typically what is called yoga. So the word yogi, when Krishna uses, it refers to a karma yogi, which we just now saw. It includes meditation, it includes tapas, all the Ashtanga yoga, everything, it all comes under karma yoga. In the how is chapter 3 delineated? So we saw that in the first Shatkam, first 6 chapters, the main topic is Atma Swarupam, the nature of the Atma. The second topic is Karma Yoga, and the third is Prayatna, the individual effort. So there is something called Prarabdha Karma that pushes in some ways. So we need a little bit of help from Ishvara. So there is surrender. When you surrender, then there is something, nature kind of pushes you in some direction, right? That is one part. The other is Prayatna. Prayatna is individual effort. So the third chapter here, the first Shatkam has the Prayatna as one of the topics covered. And you will see that in this. So, for example, duties of a wise person. The wise person has nothing to do, but still that person has some duties towards the society. So, shlokas 1 to 7 will cover 2 lifestyles, because we saw what Arjuna was trying to do in the beginning. Arjuna was trying to flee the battlefield and become a sannyasi, a renunciant. So Krishna very clearly says the 2 lifestyles, life predominant in karma yoga, or like householders like us, or life predominant in jnana yoga, which is sannyasi. Sannyasis, they have no responsibilities. All they do is just study the scriptures and teach people, and they live on whatever the society gives them. This is a life of a sannyasi. Krishna very clearly delineates these 2 lifestyles. The next portion is detailed description of karma yoga. Hence, this chapter is called Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? And the person doing karma yoga is called a karma yogi. It's different from a karmi. A karmi just does actions. But when you do actions for self-purification, it becomes karma yoga. The word yoga is attached. Shlokas 20 to 29, duties of a jnani, acting as role model to the society. 30 to 35, summary and significance of karma yoga. Okay, and then it's a side topic in this chapter. Arjuna asks, why do people commit sin even if they know that they should not do it? We saw Duryodhana example, right? He knows it's bad, but something propels him to commit sin. So Krishna explains all that. What propels people to do sin even though they know it's bad? Okay, any questions? All good? Okay. The 2 committed lifestyles, that is the first portion. Because, as I said, Arjuna is trying to escape and become a sannyasi, and Krishna says that is not your swadharma. You have to come back. You have to fight. You have all deluded understanding. Krishna calls it nishta, means a committed lifestyle. Nishta, the word itself, even in Indian languages, they use nishta. It means a committed lifestyle. One lifestyle has more emphasis on karma yoga. Householders, we are doing actions all the time. Renunciants, sannyasis, they don't need to maintain a house, no family, nothing. So it has more emphasis on jnana yoga. Okay. Somehow Arjuna's confusion is, since jnana yoga is the one which takes you to knowledge, then he has to become a sannyasi. So it's aiding his inclination to flee. So he starts off by asking Krishna a question. Okay. And a lot of the chapters have what is called a bija shloka. So the last shloka of the previous chapter, whatever Krishna has said, that becomes the topic for the next chapter. So in this chapter, Arjuna's confusion due to filtered listening is happens from the last shloka. So we saw in the last shloka, Esha Brahmistiti Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Stitvasyam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvanam Ruchyati. Esha Brahmistiti. Krishna calls this the knowledge that comes, is a state of Brahman. This knowledge is a state of Brahman. Having attained, you will not be deluded anymore. So this knowledge, once you attain, na enam prapya vimuhati, you will not be deluded anymore. So you know clearly. So once you know a certain things, for example, a toy, sometimes children are afraid of even a toy tiger or something like that, right? You once, or something which moves, once you know it's not a real thing, you're not afraid of it anymore, like that. Stitva antakalepi brahma nirvanam ruchati. Brahma nirvana means liberation. It gets liberation into Brahman at the time of death. So this becomes, he catches on to this. It becomes his question. And he thinks, okay, jnana yoga, sannyasi, I want to just flee the battlefield. So he starts by asking, Arjuna uvacha jayasi chet karmanaste matha buddhir janardhana tat kim karmani gore mam niyojayasi keshava. So Arjuna says, if you consider knowledge to be better than action, jayasi chet karmanaste matha buddhihi janardana. Jayasi means higher. If you think knowledge is better than action, why do you impel me to perform this terrible gory deed? Takim karmani gore, gori. So it's, why are you asking me to do this gory action? Nyojayasi, you're just pushing me so hard. Nyojayasi Keshava, he addresses Krishna as Keshava. So we saw many names, right? Madhusudana. Keshava means Keshi Nishudana. So yeah, Rakshasa called Keshi. He killed him. So he gives the title Keshava. Then he says, look at the strong words. He's just blaming Bhagavan. व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्. Look at what he's telling. Vyamishrena iva vakyena. By these seemingly self-contradicting words, you appear to confuse my mind. Mishra means mixed. So we saw three karmas. Karma, Ashukla, Krishnam, Yoginaha. White, Shukla is white. Krishna means black. And then there's Mishra karma. Most of our karma falls in the mixed category. Some good, some bad. So Mishra means mix. This self-contradicting. It's a mixture. I don't know what is true. Vyamishrena iva. It's like seemingly self-contradicting words. Buddhim mohesiva me. You're deluding, you're kind of confusing my understanding. Buddhi is understanding here. Tatekam vada nishchitya. Of these two, tell me nishchitya, definitively. by which I can obtain the highest liberation. Tadekam vada nishchitya yena shreya aham apnuyam. Shreya is the highest, that is liberation. Aham apnuyam, I can obtain, apnuyam, obtain. So this is what he's saying. Okay? Okay. What created this source is the last shloka. Okay? He grabs onto this knowledge, liberation. Therefore, I should not do karma. Why are you asking me to do karma? Understood? So that's his reasoning, because it is called filtered listening. He's left out all the other things Bhagavan has said, and he's latched onto this, and he's saying no action, knowledge. Then Krishna glorifies Jnana Yoga as the path for liberation in 3 shlokas. And in between, he talks about Karma Yoga. So Arjuna asks Krishna, which will give liberation, Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga? So Arjuna's intent, as we saw, is to run away, become a sannyasi. We already saw this. We just now, in the summary, we saw Karma Yoga is like elementary school. Mind is purified. Then we have Jnana Yoga, which is like high school, which takes you to graduation, which is like liberation. There is no, both are needed. You can't go to high school straight away. Okay, so both are important, but it is from this step that you go into liberation. Okay. So these, the shlokas that glorify the Jnana Yoga, so he's filtered listening means he just catches on to these shlokas. In the 11th shloka, Ashochananvashochatvam prajnavadancha bhashase gatasuna gatasuncha nanushochanti panditaha. The wise don't grieve. So it's only the knowledgeable, not the karma yogis don't grieve. It's only when you get the knowledge, you don't grieve about this. So this is one. Then other shloka, yatha te moha kalilam buddhir vyatitarishyati tata gantasi nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya cha. When your intellect causes the impurity of delusion through knowledge, then you gain dispassion towards all the things in the Vedas, what has been heard, what is yet to be heard. That's the power of knowledge. He puts knowledge at a very high level. Esha, then the final one, Esha Brahmistiti Partha Nainam Prapya Vimuhyati Stitva Pyantakalepi Brahmanirpanam Richati. You will get liberation from this knowledge. So all these he selectively pulls, and he tells Krishna, you are confusing me. Now you're telling me to act, do these gory deeds. Now, and also you are now pushing me, and you're saying jnana, knowledge is better. Then Bhagavan clarifies. Shri Bhagavan uvacha lokesmin vivida nishta pura prokta mayanaga jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. Okay. In the beginning, long time, the beginning of creation, loke asmin dvivida nishta. Dve means two. Two committed lifestyles. Nishta means committed lifestyles. I've declared. Pura prokta, long time ago. Puranam, long time ago. Prokta, I have uttered, I have said. Maya anaga. Anaga means unblemished one. He's calling Arjuna, you have such a pure mind. Arjuna has actually a very kind soul. See how he is filled with compassion for his grandfather and his teacher. That's the reason he doesn't want to fight. He's just so tortured. Such a compassionate soul. He calls him Anaga, you unblemished Arjuna. Jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yoginam. This path, Sankhya. So this is an important thing. Here, Sankhya doesn't mean the Sankhya knowledge. It is for people who are more inclined towards the knowledge. Or they are the sannyasis. They don't want responsibilities, no families, nothing. They just want to pursue knowledge. For them, Jnana Yoga is for the sannyasis. Sankhya means sannyasis here. Karma yoga for the yogis. Yogis literally means our the householders like us who are doing actions. Krishna just says, do the actions as for self purification. That becomes karma yoga. Karma yogena yoginam. Yogi here, the yogi refers to the householders, grihastha. Okay, that's the meaning. Sankhya is the knowledge of the Atman. Here, Sankhyanam refers to sannyasis, and yogi refers to all of us. So we are all yogis, grihastha, householders, not somebody who sits in the forest and tries to meditate. No, people involved in the worldly activities, they are the yogis. So jnana yoga for the sannyasis, karma yoga for those who pursue activity, the yogis. Both of them, the two lifestyles, both of them lead to moksha. Okay, so in terms of the actions, we saw just a few shlokas ago, both are needed. You can't graduate without elementary school or high school. But in terms of the lifestyle one chooses, then you have a choice on which path to take. There's nishtha, there's a choice. You can be a householder and gain liberation. You don't need to sit in the forest, renounce everything to gain liberation. Very clearly, Krishna says that. And in fact, the Bhagavad Gita is a text which glorifies the householder. Krishna is going to very clearly say, for most of the people, 99.99% of the people, this is the better lifestyle. Because this lifestyle is full of fear. It's not suitable for everybody. That's why I put it in a smaller box. Householder, he glorifies householder lifestyle. So if you look at the Vedic texts, they talk about 4 ashramas or lifestyle stages. Brahmacharya, where one is a student, right? Then grihastha, that is the householder lifestyle. Towards the end of life, people in those days, they go to a less crowded area, outskirts of a forest, where they just kind of retirement, where they have more time to reflect on higher things. And then the other one is sannyasa, where somebody is completely cut off from the world, worldly activities. They just renounce, no family, nothing. So these are the renunciant lifestyles, more suitable for people pursuing knowledge alone. This is more suitable for people pursuing action. So even raising children, it is a karma yoga. And then Bhagavan says, na karmana manarambhan naishkarmyam purushoshnute na cha sanyasya nat eva siddhim samadhigacchati. Bhagavan says, by not starting and not performing actions, a person does not gain actionlessness. Okay, that is Arjuna is thinking, by just sitting and meditating, he will just gain liberation. This is his wrong understanding. Krishna will later say, even your nature will not let you sit like that for a long time. You are a Kshatriya. You are born to fight. Your nature won't let you sit. You will seek fights everywhere. So there is I told you the story before, right? There are 2 princes, Rama and Lakshmana. Rama is the elder one, right? When they go into the forest, right, they're banned into the forest, and there they go into to ashram, and ashram is very nice. So Rama knows this. So when you go into ashram, they're carrying their bows, they're warriors, right? He tells Lakshmana, unstring the bow, don't string it. So he unstrings the bow, and Lakshmana asks why. And Rama says, I will tell you, you'll see that. They enter the ashram. And in that ashram, they meet Rishi, and the Rishis, they, they welcome Rama and Lakshmana. And then Lakshmana says, "This place is so beautiful. Why don't we settle here?" Then the Rishi says, "No, no, Lakshmana, there are a lot of dangerous animals here, and we don't even have a fence for this. They will come in at night. They're very dangerous." Lakshmana laughs. "You're telling me about dangerous animals? I'm a Kshatriya. I can just kill them." Then Rama stops him. "Lakshmana, understand what the Rishi is trying to say. If you stay here, your inclination, every lion or tiger or beast that comes to attack, you're going to kill it. There's going to be a river of blood around the entire ashram. Whereas these people, because of the tapo, their ahimsa pratishtayam tatsannidau vairatyagaha. When somebody is very pure, the animals, they don't sense hostility, and they don't look at them as prey also, because there's no fear also. And because even if they come to attack because of their tapo balam, they can stop it apparently. These people are very learned. They have tapo balam. They can stop it. You and I, if we are here, we are going to, they will come and attack us and we will kill them. That's what he's trying to say. This is not a place of violence. That is why I told you to unstring the bow. When you hold on to your bow, you exuding violence. You're ready to fight. So when you enter places like this, you have to maintain the sanctity of the place. That's what he's trying to say. So even if Arjuna goes into the forest, what's he going to do? He's not going to be able to sit still. If he sees a lion, immediately he's going to try to kill it. So by not starting and performing actions, a person does not attain actionlessness or liberation. By mere renunciation of actions, one does not attain liberation either. Nacha sanyasyana deva. Sannyasa literally means renunciation. Mere eva, mere renunciation of actions. Siddhim means mastery. Samadhi gacchati. One does not attain mastery, which is essentially liberation. Sannyasa does not automatically result in moksha. This is the meaning of this shloka. Very important shloka. Na karmanam anarambat. By not performing action, one does not become actionless. So one cannot just learn to sit and meditate by not performing action. So you need some preparation, some asana practice, all that. Otherwise, you can't even sit in one place without some asana practice and some pranayama. That is why the asana practice was there. Asana practice is not for in those days. It was not for considered to be leading to liberation or anything. Even though some people believe, oh, if I do Kundalini yoga, I will just get liberated. No, that's not true. It is just to be able to sit in meditation. Okay. Any questions? So naishkarmyam means he uses the word not by performing actions. A person does not get actionlessness. Naishkarmyam is a state of actionlessness. It does not mean not doing actions, but free from the sense of ownership. That's what Krishna, he's going to tell that very clearly in the 4th chapter. You will be doing all the actions. In the 5th chapter, a very important shloka, we've seen that Pashyan Shrunman Sprishan Jigran Ashnan Gachan Swapan Swashan Pralapan Visrujan Grundan Unmishan Nimishan Napi. When the yogi is the yogi, he or she is interacting with the world, but they do it knowing that this consciousness is not doing. It is the mind body thing which has to interact with the world it's doing. But I, the consciousness, am not the doer. I am the sakshi. Okay. And also in the 5th chapter, Atma na kartrutvam na karmani lokasya srujate prabhu. There is no the Atma doesn't instigate anybody. It doesn't do actions. It's just the silent principle. Then the fifth shloka. Okay, we are actually at time. So maybe fifth quickly I will cover. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krit karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jair gunai. No one can indeed, even for a second, remain without performing actions. Everyone is helplessly made to perform actions by the gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, born of Prakriti. Nahi kaschit, anybody. Kshanam means even for an instant, a second, api jatu tishtati, remain akarma krita, without doing actions. Karyate hi avashaha. Help, avasha means helplessly. Karyate, you're engaged in actions. By what? Karma, in actions. Sarva prakriti jair guna. Ja means born out of. Prakriti ja means these things which are born out of nature. What are those? The gunas, the sattva, rajas, and tamas. Okay. So with that, we will stop here.